I refuse to take back my ex-wife even though she completely changed after I left her. My ex-wife Sarah and I were together for 22 years, married for 17. We have 2 kids, a 6-year-old son named Jake and a 2-year-old daughter named Lily. For most of our marriage, Sarah was my worst nightmare disguised as the person I loved most. She had serious anger and trust issues from being abused as a kid. Her parents were absolutely horrible people who destroyed her self-worth, and even though she cut contact with them years ago, she never dealt with the damage they caused. Instead, she used me as her personal punching bag for 2 decades. Sarah knew exactly how to hurt me. She'd insult me in front of the kids, give me the silent treatment for days over nothing, and withhold any kind of affection or intimacy. In the last 6 years of our marriage, we had sex maybe 10 times total. She was also a master at gaslighting, making me question my own reality constantly. Every time I suggested she should try therapy, she'd explode and tell me I was the one with problems. I was already seeing a therapist and working on myself, but she refused to admit she needed help. She'd scream that I was trying to make her look crazy and that if I really loved her, I'd just accept her as she was. The verbal abuse wasn't just directed at me either. She'd snap at the kids constantly, criticizing everything they did and making them walk on eggshells around her. Jake started spending more time at friends' houses just to avoid being home. I stayed because I thought if I loved her enough, she'd eventually heal from her childhood trauma. I kept telling myself that deep down, she was a good person who was just hurt. But after 22 years, I realized I was slowly dying inside. The final straw came 8 months ago when she screamed at me for loading the dishwasher wrong. She called me useless and pathetic in front of both kids, then stormed off to our bedroom and slammed the door. That's when Jake looked at me and said, "Dad, why do you let her treat you like that?" That night, I told Sarah I was done and filed for divorce the next week. Jake chose to live with me full-time, which should tell you everything about how toxic the situation had become. But here's where it gets weird. The moment Sarah realized I was serious about leaving, she did a complete 180. She immediately started therapy, began taking medication for her anger, and started apologizing for everything she'd done over the years. For the first time in decades, she could have actual conversations without screaming or storming off. She took responsibility for her behavior and admitted how badly she'd treated me and the kids. She even apologized to Jake, though he still won't talk to her. Sarah keeps calling me, saying she's a different person now and asking if we can try again. She shows me evidence of her therapy progress and swears she's changed for good. Part of me can see that she really is making improvements. But here's the thing I finally realized. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire adult life. I wake up every morning without anxiety. I can relax in my own home. I don't have to analyze every word before I speak or worry about setting off another explosion. Jake is thriving too. He's more confident, brings friends over again, and actually talks to me about his life instead of hiding in his room all the time. Sarah had 22 years to choose me over her anger. She had countless opportunities to get help when I begged her to. She only changed when she lost everything. And honestly, that feels too little, too late. I told her I'm glad she's getting better, but I'm not going back to her.